All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily. As I'm sure you can tell from the title of today's video, should Alperen Sengun start? I mean, it's not rocket science, obviously. The answer is obviously. I don't know what Steven Silas is thinking. Always playing Daniel Theis. At the beginning of the season, I was a fan of Daniel Theis starting for the first quarter of the season, the first half of the season. Definitely not past the first half of the season at the very, very most. But we're at that point where the Rockets are, 1-12? Hopefully they get the win tonight against Memphis. I'm feeling pretty confident tonight against Memphis. The thing is, Daniel Theis isn't doing much. And the even bigger thing is Daniel Theis and Christian Wood do not work. Like, they just don't work. And so Steven Silas was actually asked that question after yesterday's game, or after the other day's game, because it's like, yeah, there should be a move. So whoever it was like, do you see something happening to the starting lineup? Are there going to be changes in the starting lineup in the future? And he's like, maybe, possibly. So I don't think Alperen Sengun's going to necessarily start by the end of November. If we had a more in-tune coach, I would say Alperen Sengun probably would be starting by now. The whole thing is Daniel Theis' main role on the roster when they picked him up, outside of being the most worthless signing in free agency of the season, he's kind of there to play defense and take the hits for Christian Wood. He's just there to be like the typical center, because the Rockets haven't had a center before this year in like 6 years, or not 6 years, but like at least 2 years. Went through that whole small ball phase with PJ at the 5. So they pick up Theis for extra, get some veteranness, get some extra depth in there. But like I said, Alperen Sengun's playing better. I mean, Daniel Theis is definitely not outperforming Alperen Sengun right now. Alperen's averaging less than 20 points per game, and he is shooting 50% from the field. He's shooting 43% from downtown. The 67% from the free throw line is probably the only issue I have with his entire game, because he's averaging 9.5 points per game, 5 rebounds. So 9.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a steal and a half, and getting close to a block per game. And I mean, it's evident. There's a lot of jokes going around on Twitter right now that he is the Houston Rockets' best passer. And I mean, he definitely is looking like one of the best passers on the roster at this current moment. He is just, it's not like KPJ can't pass or whatever, DJ Augustine can't pass. It's just Alperen Sengun is that crafty when he's passing the ball. It's very similar to Nikola Jokic. He is very similar to Nikola Jokic. So, I'd understand it to Steven, and I don't have that many issues with Steven Silas this year. I know every single Rocket casual fan, even just diehard fans, are complaining about Steven Silas and rotations and blah, 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 all this negativity. Who really cares? But I do expect Alperen Sengun to start before the end of the year. I was saying at the beginning of the year I didn't think he was going to start before the clock clicked 2022, but the way he's playing in such limited time, and Daniel Theis, it's not that he doesn't have like an impact, doesn't have a huge impact most nights, but it's more that him and Christian Wood they just don't work. They're not working. There's no, like, it's just Daniel Theis clogs Christian Wood offensively. There's just nothing there. And Alperen Sengun, you throw him in the starting lineup, if he's averaging 2.5 assists in 19 minutes per game, I imagine his assist total will probably be like 4 when he starts to get 30 minutes a night. So, I mean, this kid's 20. He's actually still 19 years old. And it just doesn't make sense for him to only be playing 19 minutes a game at this point in the season. Now that you're getting close to 15. You're getting close to 15. We're more than 30% of the way, or we're about to be 30% at least, 25% of the way done with the season. So, Alperen Sengun, yeah, I think he should be starting, but I really don't think it's that difficult of a question. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Like, hopefully I'm just straight up wrong, and hopefully tonight he actually starts. Tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies, they're definitely going to need it. They got some big boys over in Memphis, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, one of the big reasons I wanted to make this video is to just be wrong. I want to be so wrong. So Alperen Sengun starts. I want to jinx it. But that's it for today. I'll post a recap once this game is over. We got an earlier game than the last couple in that West Coast swing. You're playing, I believe it's at 7 o'clock in Memphis tonight. So I'll probably post that here in a couple hours. They're 1-12 right now. Let's get a W. Please get a W. Memphis is struggling at the moment. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for Rockets daily content on this channel. That's it for today. Peace.